Good. That makes my
Welcome.
life easier.
This is episode 22, Dead Beginnings. The party has just left Phandalin after clearing out the
Okay, so we
orcs and
finished the encounter,
Connieberry,
right?
and they're heading north to seek out
Yeah, I
Cragmore
think that
Castle.
was before we got in.
Yep.
Okay, so that we're not really on that map. Okay.
Nope. So you guys are traveling north along the trail, and then, in fact, I think you guys can move that token around, or you can drop pointers. So I'm assuming you're going to follow the trail, and then you're probably going to backtrack along the Triboard Trail a little bit to somewhere around here before you headed north. Unless you just wanted to cut away from the trail and cut across over land and just kind of keep heading north.
Well, they didn't. They didn't. They just told us. I mean, the information that we have was it's a day to a day and a half into the Neverwinter woods north of Phandalin. So I don't know that we'd want to cut back too much. We're going to be probably trying to go as direct north from Phandalin as we can.
Okay.
Makes sense, Jeff? Jeff?
He's there, we just can't
He's
hear him.
there.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
There you are.
All right. Yeah. Windows backup popped up, and I was deleting some space. Windows backup popped up, and I was deleting some space. And I think when I have it forward, Discord's not working.
So going straight north from Phandalin makes sense to you, or did you want
Yes.
to?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so you guys are really more off the beaten path, more like here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll follow the little tiny path till we get to that one point that's where the cross, between the trails go. So, like, we'll go to here.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll start directly north. I mean, because that's really pretty much a straight shot.
All right. Well, then let's kick this off. Go ahead and somebody give me 2 rolls, a daytime roll and a nighttime roll.
Do we know who we were on?
Nope.
Should we just start at the top? Let's just go by the watch order. Let's have Bogner start. Two rolls.
Okay. Since you're traveling along the trail, you make it to the Triboard Trail. I'd say main trail, but it's, not all that more traveled than the road you were on. Uneventfully.
Okay, so are we setting up for the night there? I'm assuming you're moving us as far as we can move each day.
Yeah. No, you've day, night, you've had no issues. So it's the next day. And you're good to head out again.
All right, Dale, and your two rolls for you. Although I know you rolled Bogner and Dalen. Just first 2 were for Bogner, now it's 2 for Dalen. I stumped him again.
No, I was grabbing a beer and I missed it.
Two more
rolls.
D20s.
Oh, I was assuming the other 2 would take those, but that's fine.
No, when you roll for each day, the first 2 rolls are just Bogner. The next 2 rolls are just you.
I switched between mine, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because you're controlling them both.
Okay. So which way you guys, give me a pointer on the map, which way you're heading, or you can move yourself one hex.
Is that a full hex or was that only a half?
Nope, that's a full hex. Okay. So we're about ready to get into the woods here. Go ahead and give me another 2 rolls.
All right, that'll be Nadia.
We get a critical encounter with that one.
Okay.
I'm assuming that the first roll is the daytime and the second roll is the camp time, but
Yes.
you can tell me if I'm incorrect. Okay. Is it raining over with you guys?
It was earlier. I don't think it is now.
Yeah, I don't think it is now either.
Raining pretty good here.
All right, let me grab a map. All right, we'll share this out. You can go ahead and arrange yourself in your order that you're typically in.
So is this like a pretty decent road still, or we're just coming up to the forest, or are we in some pretty heavy forest?
You're just coming up to the forest, but you can see this is kind of like an old hunter's trail, maybe. Being as it's directly north of the Tribord Trail, Phandalin Trail Junction. It's not very well used. Probably just trappers and the occasional hunter.
Okay, well, probably right now, since we're not, I mean, in the actual woods, we're still on mounts and whatnot. Here's how we're going. Is that all right, Jeff?
Yeah. So, which direction did we notice something, or did we not actually notice anything yet?
Nope, haven't noticed anything yet.
All right. In that case, I guess we will just continue moving forward, being as observant as we just our normal level of observance, since I don't think we would know outside of the fact that we saw the roll that we might be encountering something. Should I move anything or just wait for the moment?
I'd say that you guys, let's do this. Give me, actually with you right here, give me perception rolls. I'd say Bogner, Dalen, and Nadia. Give me perception rolls if you see anything.
All right, so Nadia, not passive perception, actual perception, right?
Yep. Okay. You guys rolled pretty well. So as you're coming up, Bogner seems everything's all right. And as you guys come up, though, Dalen and Nadia, you guys both see something unnaturally larger. Well, not unnaturally, but just larger than your typical animal. Kind of over in this area. And I'd really make that more narrow if I could. Actually, let me do this. Kind of around that tree bush. Saw something, humanoid, large humanoid, kind of move and resettle.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and, at least Nadia, she'll say, hey, you know what? There's something off to our right side up in those bushes, something big. And Nadia will like jump off her horse, but on the side that is away from whatever is up there.
Okay.
With bow ready and just, but I'm figuring right now we don't want to go crashing through the woods, so we'll stay. I mean, she's going to stay on the trail, but scanning over in that area.
Okay. Everybody roll me initiative. Okay, so Evander says, why'd you get off your horse? Nadia says you pop off your horse there. Dalen, what are you doing?
Well, I mentioned that there's something big in the bushes too before I did that. So
yeah, I'm getting off my horse too because they're not war trained or anything.
No, they are not.
So Nadia will say, you know what, let's keep moving forward. Dalen, you keep an eye to our left. I'll keep an eye over where I saw that to the right, and let's keep moving.
All right. Sounds good.
So you want us to move in our order, like Bogner first and that kind of stuff, the way we're on the trail?
Yeah, if you're gonna have Bogner kind of lead your positions, you gonna lead your horse by the reins or kind of let
Well, Bogner hasn't said he's gotten down yet, so I don't know if he's getting down or not. So, but he's first to move. So Jeff, is he getting off his horse too?
Yeah.
All right. So are you going to have him lead it by the reins up the road?
Yep.
Okay.
And just so that we got the DM and the right. I know. I mean, I told you to look off to the left and make sure we're not going to get over there. But which way is Bogner? Is he kind of looking where I said I saw something? Or is he
Yes.
scanning the whole? Okay. All right. So I have the next, or actually Bogner would have been down there. Oh, it doesn't matter. So you and me would be moving up next. And I'm only going to move up as far as, obviously Bogner can move.
Right. Right.
Okay. So you guys are keeping pace.
Yeah, we're keeping pace. Tertius isn't going to dismount just yet. He's going to stay behind on his horse, but he's ready to jump off.
Okay. Yeah, Evander's kind of following the same. If anything, Evander shies to the left side of the path.
Okay.
Uh,
And
let's
the whole time we're doing this, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but Nadia's actively looking, searching, all that kind of good stuff.
Yep. Give me another round of perception checks.
Everybody or just the same three?
Same three. Okay. So Bogner, Dalen, you guys don't see anything as you proceed down the path. Nadia, you're able to catch, since you're actively looking at that side, you see the figure that was down in this area has now kind of skirted through brush, and they're kind of up in this area now.
Okay. So Nadia will just, as we're walking and I'm seeing that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to point out that, hey, there's something pacing us over on the right. Now I'm going to, kind of give the general direction, 2:00.
Okay, you guys want to do another round of movement?
Yep, Bogner first.
So you said it's at 2:00 on the map, basically, or 2:00 from you?
2:00 from me on the map.
He's pointing over here.
Yes.
I will go. I'll go over to about there.
You going to keep your horse with you, or are you going to kind of leave it now?
I think I will leave it now.
Okay.
Nothing to worry about.
It wanders slightly to the left and starts cropping on some grass. Are you trying to look, see if you can see what's over there?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will hold in a. Well, let's see. Can I move, look, and then possibly move again? Or how does that work?
Sure.
You've been moving you only moved 15 feet. If you're actively looking.
I guess that's kind of what I want, because I still have 10 more feet of movement.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm debating, do I ready a throwing axe or no? I'll just ready my warhammer. I'm not going to worry about the throwing axe. But can I? Was my perception roll for this specific move or for the previous move? That's, I guess, what
That was for the previous. So you
So
need another
can I
perception.
roll it again for this one?
Yep. Go ahead, roll it in the tower now.
That wasn't in the tower.
That's okay. We'll take it. You know where the tower is, Jeff?
No, I don't.
So the dice
Up by
tower
our
is
portraits.
bottom right of the table.
Oh, I moved mine up by the portraits.
Nice.
It looks like a tower. It looks
Oh
like
yeah,
a
that tower. It was my whole left-right dyslexia thing.
Yes.
It's like there are a bunch of dice over there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Your real left. I mean, your other right. Something like that. Because if you're dyslexic, your real left would get you to the right, wouldn't it? Yeah. So yeah, you just shadows and bush. It's all Bogner sees. But you got 10 more feet of movement.
I'm just gonna hold an attack action with my warhammer at this point. I don't want to get in farther than people can get to me.
Okay. So if something runs out of the bushes to attack you, you'll be ready for it.
Right.
Okay.
So since he was doing that, let's go ahead and go in the order now. So, I know that it's kind of strange, but I'd rather have us start moving in the way that we are on the combat tracker.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that was Bogner, so Evander.
All right. He'll come up 15 feet, staying on his horse, and he pulls his crossbow out, his hand crossbow, and he'll shoot at anything that presents itself. All right, Nadia.
Nadia will nudge her mount towards where Bogner's went, and then I'm gonna try to start moving through the brush stealthily.
Okay, so once you get into
I'm gonna start moving to there.
right, so let's see. So I'd give you 5, 10, 15, 20, and I know this is also give you 20 feet of straight movement, and then yeah, I'd say that's as far as you can get moving stealthily into the underbrush because you start getting to a little more difficult terrain. So go ahead and roll me a stealth check. You can roll that in the tower too. Okay, so you're ducking into some brush, trying to hide.
I'm also looking to see what I'm chasing. Do I need to roll a perception or no?
Sure. Okay. You're not sure if the creature that you're looking for is still there. You haven't seen anything move out of that location.
Okay. Well, Nadia will hold an unarmed attack. I mean, her quarterstaff attack. Get ready for that if something is coming at her.
Okay. All right, Dalen.
All right. I will kind of split the difference between you two. Right to there and ready my sword. Oh, do I get another perception on this one too?
Yep, you can give me a perception check in the tower. Yeah, something's in your eye. You've been trying to get it out like all morning. It's really annoying you. All right. So if that's what you're doing, go ahead and pass your turn.
All right. Tertius will get off of his mount.
So with the tower, it's you see our role, but we don't. I guess that's the goal of that, or the point
Correct.
And Tertius is going to move straight ahead, kind of up behind Bogner, hoping that, whatever comes flying out of here, if anything, is going to go at Bogner first. And I am going to hold an action. And the action I'm going to hold is my breath weapon. I'm going to hold that. If something comes running out here, I'm going to try to freeze it.
Okay. So you're kind of looking off to this right area as well, just saying, all right, something comes out.
Yep.
Okay.
Legendary pump versus an uncommon scope rifle. What do you think?
Okay. Let me give a roll here. All right. So you an arrow comes out from kind of behind and a little bit further down the trail at Tertius. And it hits him. But as he turns out and steps up and shoots, you hear a crack as the bowstring thrums, and you can see this humanoid over here on the ridge.
Okay.
All right, Bogner. He was trying to be stealthy, and he did not do very well.
I think this match is just a little broken since it didn't put us in teams. So we probably shouldn't be seen together.
So you guys haven't fleshed anything out in front of you yet, but you can definitely see that archer up on that ridgeline behind you.
I'm wondering, is this an ambush? Is there nothing back here to distract us and the stuff's behind us? So maybe I'll yell to Nadia. We could always throw darkness back behind us and to give us a chance to focus on this area.
Yeah, I'm in the brush. I doubt I can see that guy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I know that something's happened. I mean, you can probably yell out hobgoblin, but I mean, if this is thick brush, it's doubtful that I can see that dude.
Yeah, you're right. It'd be very tough. You'd have to step out of the brush to get a good sight. Because while he's visible, he's still in cover.
Is he on the hill or is he behind me?
So is Bogner going to do something? Or is he going to hold his action still? Or
Wagner's going to push forward into because he will at least have noticed the arrow and stuff. So I can go in here. Out of curiosity, can I tell, is there anywhere in this part in front of me that would be thick enough that I would have less to worry about the arrows behind me?
pretty much all of that right there would start giving you partial cover.
Okay, so where I will head that far.
Okay, so you get there without any extra movement, and then because of the heavy foliage, you'd get 5 more feet. So if you want to go any more than that, it's only 5.
I'll hit that for.
Okay. Give me a perception check with advantage in the tower. So click on the ADV button at the bottom left. All right. You see him. The others don't, but you see that there is a goblin right there.
I feel kind of bad.
And he had his bow out.
Is he close enough for me to hit, or is he still too far away?
You can target him. I'd say you probably disadvantage to hit him. Or at least, well, let's see. Are you 5 feet away?
That's what I can't tell. It
Yeah,
looks like
You're
it's
like
like
you're 5 feet. You're 5 feet.
Yeah, if you hover over yourself, you'll see the targeting that says you're 5 feet.
Oh, I see him. I see him.
So you're in melee, but it's
All
thick.
right.
It's thick brush. So
I'll attack him at disadvantage. He's a goblin. That's what Bogner would do.
Let's go.
Tower, does this one matter anymore?
oh, attacks out in the open. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh. Yeah. As you bring that hammer around, it just catches a whole bunch of thicket branches and impedes your swing. Your aim was true, but the thicket got in the way. Is that all you're gonna do?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Except I'll tell everybody there's a goblin over here and somebody firing arrows from the other side.
All right. All right. Again, from the other side now. Well, let's see. I'm not going to give him advantage because Tertius is now paying attention to that direction. But he does get a bonus to hit, but for minimal damage. But he also has to wrestle out of the brush before he can stand up and take his bow shot. All right, the hobgoblin in front of you, Bogner. He drops his bow and he pulls his longsword out. He kind of crashes through here, at which point he is not being stealthy, and so the rest of you can definitely see where he is. And he'll take a swing at you with his longsword. He misses. In fact, he should have had disadvantage on that, and he still missed. All right, so at this point, Evander's held action was for something to come out over here, because that hobgoblin did show up over here before. We'll give him partial cover, so -2 for the partial cover. And he hits with his held action. Does some damage. Bogner's on him. Evander's going to dismount from his horse and move over here. What's his range? Nah. He's going to move a little bit closer and he's going to take another shot. Oh, I know why it rolled twice. That's okay. Both hit. All right. And he'll be done. Nadia?
Now, since I heard Bogner shout,
And
I
and
know.
you saw where he went. I mean, that hobgoblin was not hiding anywhere.
Right. So I'm gonna. So when I look at this, it looks like that there's a clearer path around this brush that's right there. Is there, or am I gonna? Is that all real thick foliage?
I'll say this and this is clearer, but this is going to be kind of rough terrain.
That's fine. So Nadia is gonna start this way to there, and she's looking to make sure that there's no other hobgoblins as she's going through. So she's looking and seeing it. Does she see anything as she gets to here?
Okay.
It's 10 feet.
You can give me another
And then
perception roll in the tower.
Okay.
Okay. You don't see anything else.
I'll move up to where you said it's going to become rough terrain. That's 30 feet. Again, I'm actively looking to make sure nothing's going to be jumping out at me. Now, when I get to this rough terrain here, how much further can I move? I've still got 15 feet of movement.
Let's see. So it's probably really rough terrain starts. Yeah, no, I'll give you that. 10 feet. Because it's really 15 divided by
15 divided by
but I'll round up.
2. But I'll round up.
So that's where I'll move to.
Okay, I'll say you can crash through the brush and get there.
through the brush and get there.
And I will take a swing at Orc.
Okay, using your
or
staff.
hobgoblin. Yep, starting with the staff.
Okay, give me a -2.
Oh, I didn't target him. You want me to roll again or use that one?
I use that one. Looks like you missed. As you get
I'll try with my unarmed attack. Is that also a -2?
up. If you're punching, no. So I'm gonna say no.
All right, missed him.
All right, Dalen. The bushes are rustling like mad over there.
All right, so I know arrows. I assume Bogner and Nutty have those guys handled, and I know arrows came from the other direction. So I'm going to do a move here, and then I'm going to do another move action. But I want to try to figure this next one out. If I end up here, am I in cover? If I end up there.
Yeah, I'd say you're in partial cover.
All right. Since I know I'm not going to get to where they are in my next move, I will get to that point and stop.
Okay, now this is a bankment. They're probably 6 feet above you.
Oh, okay. So is there can I even yet see a route up that embankment?
This
Okay.
is probably the first on the edge that you can climb up without any without any penalties. You can probably climb this fairly easy with a little bit of a penalty. This would take a climbing action.
Can I make it to here, or do I have to reduce my cover for some of that traversal?
Yeah, I'm going to say that's small enough scrub that unless you go prone, you're not going to get any cover. But being prone itself gives you disadvantage against range attacks. So
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Is that part in cover at all?
I'll give you cover for there, sure.
Sure. Right. I just want to measure how much farther it is from. So that's 50, which is too short. 40. Yeah, I might be able to make it there in one move next. All right, so I'm going to move to there.
Okay. So you turn around and head over into the bushes here, and is that all you're doing, or?
Yeah.
All right, Tertius.
Tertius will throw a flaming sphere up between those two guys.
Okay.
You still have the little icon? So I can place it.
There you go. Okay, so that's where it appears.
Well, I want to make sure it's at least 5 feet from one of them. I'm hoping to be able to catch. I mean, I'm trying to get between the two of them so I can catch both of them.
Yeah, you're close enough.
Okay, so that's where it's going to appear. So I've got them both targeted. Saves for them, right?
Okay.
Not. Let's see. Let me read. I don't think this time because you're not trying to crash into them. I think it's just when it starts their turn. What's it say?
I thought the initial
What's it
one
say?
is a save. Let me pull it back up again. 5 foot diameter sphere. Any creature that
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. So it has to end its turn. So I think what you really want to do right now is slam it into one for a dex save, and then because where you have it right now, if they don't move, they'll take damage. But if they do move,
then
probably not.
All right. Well, then I'll slam it into the closer of the two goblins, the hobgoblin 5. So I'll actually have it.
Like that.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and give 5 a dex save.
Dex save. Let's see here. I've got him targeted. Good. Okay.
And he fails. So he's going to take all the damage. Nice.
And then I.
So that's an action spell, right?
So that's an action spell, right?
What do you mean?
It's an action to cast.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
And then it's persistent for 1 minute.
Okay. Go ahead and pull. I think we added an effect for you. Can you pull that effect and drop it on top of Tertius? Perfect.
And now I'm moving back to here.
All right.
All right.
Hoping he's got a little bit of a further shot from there. And then I am done.
Okay. Hobgoblin 9 is not liking that fire, but he's out of the range at the moment. Let's see. Tertius moved away. He's the spellcaster. Dalen's down the brush. No, he's going to take another shot at the spellcaster. That's a bigger problem. But no bonuses this time. Just a straight up attack. Still pretty good attack though. It's Tertius, and Tertius makes his concentration save.
It's just one. It's just him. Where is he?
And he's going to end his turn. All right, Bogner.
All right, I will try to introduce Hobgoblin 3 to my hammer. Am I still? I'm still at disadvantage attacking him, right?
I'd say you're at -2 now because you're closer.
If I move there, am I still at -2?
It should be
No.
flanking.
No.
Yep. In fact, you have advantage.
Perfect.
Well, all right. No, because he's still in the bush. So yeah, we'll give him -2, but you have advantage.
So I click the -2 and the advantage.
Yep. Then you can roll your attack. Oh, and he crits.
Do you want to do the code first?
And drops him in one blow.
He's now a part of that plant.
Indeed.
You just needed me to distract him.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
What's this? What's this pole and this fist flying at me? Oh crap! Oh hell, there's a hammer. Bam.
I hope I didn't get your suit dirty.
I know. Where'd the dwarf go? All right, you still got a little bit more movement, and you're free. You would have 15. Well, let's see, that'd be like 10 to get there. Yeah, you got 15 feet of movement if you want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I'll start moving.
Okay. And you're done? All right.
Yeah, it took me 3 clicks to click the button though.
Hobgoblin here said, ouch, ouch. It's raining over here now, quite heavily, pretty good, really.
Yeah, we just had some serious thunder go off here.
Yeah, he's just gonna step this way. I was trying to think if he'd want to move around, but no, he's not that bright. He's just gonna step over. But he's also gonna target the mage because, damn it, that mage has this fire thing that's following him around.
I know.
Wow, these archers are rolling really well. But they're not doing much for damage, and Tertius maintains his concentration. All right, Evander. Tertius is just becoming a pincushion. So Evander is going to come over here, and he's going to give Tertius a Cure Wounds. And then with his bonus action, he's going to give Dalen some Bardic Inspiration. You can do it! Nadia, you're up.
All right, so I'm in rough terrain. To get out of rough terrain, like to like here, how much movement is that?
Through that way, it'd be 20 feet.
Okay, so 20 feet. I still have 25 more feet of movement.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll move to there.
Okay, and you'll have
Okay. And
10
you'll have
more feet after
10
that
more feet after that
if you want to use it.
if you want to use
How would I have 10 more feet? You said it was 20 feet. I've got a movement of 45. So the first 10 was really 20. And then 25 would be 45.
No, you're right. I can't do the maths today.
Okay. But I am going to pull out my bow and try to hit whatever goblin that is. Hobgoblin 9.
Okay, he's -2 with partial cover.
I'm just making sure. Yeah, it's 8320, so it should be just regular. So -2. Terrible roll. Dalen.
We'll blame it on the arrow. The arrow just kind of fletching fell off as it came off the bow and skittered off into the sky.
I won't blame it on that. I'll blame it on running down to this part, pulling out the arrow, and trying to shoot all in one smooth motion. Didn't go so smooth.
All right, I'm trying to figure out here. I think.
You try to run 45 feet and then shoot at the end of that with accuracy.
Oh yeah, I know that won't happen. Let's see. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna say that you're gonna get right there. You're not gonna have enough movement to get into to start entering that heavy brush.
Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't sure on that last 5 feet or whatever. Disadvantage if I throw a javelin at the hobgoblin.
No, just -2.
But this is the guy who's still firing arrows, right? Or one of they're both
They're
firing
both
arrows.
yeah, they're both firing arrows.
I'm going to use my further movement and just engage him. Just get close enough to engage him.
Okay, use an action to dash.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I got a question for you. So an action to dash, could he do an action to dash and try to bowl him over?
No.
I was just curious. I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah, they don't have charge type activities here. You'd have to. Yeah, no, you couldn't. So your action would be that would be like an attack, right? So you could use your regular movement and then that as an attack to kind of bowl them over. It'd be like a shove attack, basically.
Yeah, because otherwise you might you would almost certainly end up prone. I mean, I would think a bowling over attack would be you bowl them over and then you re-establish your position. That, I mean, at least conceptually, that would kind of make sense.
Yeah. All right, so you're right next to him. Anything else, sir?
I thought I had clicked it.
All right, Tertius. You feel a little better. I mean, you still got some arrows sticking out of you, but...
Tertius is going to start by moving 5 foot in.
Okay.
Because it's the flaming sphere is a 60-foot where I can control it. And I'm going to go slam it into Hobgoblin 5.
All right. Wham! Give me another dex save for that guy. fails again. And he cries out and falls to the ground.
There was one flash of lightning that lit up the entire backyard.
And then I still have movement, so I still have what, 25 feet of movement.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to move up here to the edge where if I need to, I can dive into the scrub.
Okay, yeah, you get there kind of dancing around the little bush there. But you are still out in the open. All right, Hobgoblin 9. Doesn't know that his fellow behind him has died. But there's a mean-looking armored guy standing right next to him, so he's going to make an attempt. Nope, he is definitely unnerved. All right, Bogner.
Wagner will lumber that far and then use a dash for another lumber.
Clank, 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 clank. All right.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
All right. Evander's going to move up.
Hide behind the pincushion.
Well, he's just kind of staying next to him in case he has to give him another heal. At least that's how he's rationalizing it.
or otherwise known as hiding behind the pincushion.
And he's going to take a crossbow shot. And he's going to miss.
I just didn't want you to roll a 1. I don't want a critical miss with you taking a crossbow shot right behind me.
Achoo! Right in the back of the head. All right, Nadia.
So can I skirt this stuff so it's not any rough terrain movement?
I'll give you an acrobatics check. And say you make your acrobatics you can. Yep, no problem.
All right, I'll get to there and I'll try to shoot him again. I'm full out running.
And let's see. Even with a -2, that hits.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I had to do that.
It's okay. You still hit. Go ahead and roll some damage. Very nice.
And then I will call it a day.
All right, Dalen. You definitely surprised this hobgoblin a little bit. But you're in the thick just as he is, so you're at disadvantage to attack this guy with your sword.
All right. We'll have the Benny Hill attack sequence between us.
That's what it looks like.
Tertius. I gotta see how far I can move that thing per turn.
I think 20 feet. Which is just enough, I think.
Just enough, I think.
No, 30 feet.
Oh no, 30 feet.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna bump it into him. I'm
Wham.
trying to keep it as
Wham.
far away from Dalen as possible.
I'd say you can do that.
Okay. And I've targeted him. Even with the save, he's dying.
And he does. He takes that flame in the middle of his back and crumples. And Dalen, at his first opportunity, steps just outside of the range of the flaming sphere. And that looks like that's it. Take a moment, and you don't see any more.
More.
Tertius will move it to where it's not like actively in, you know, gonna light something on fire.
You can dispel it
You
as
can
well.
dispel.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to make sure that we don't have anything else around here before I do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I want our, the rest of the guys can go do a search. Nadia, Dalen, we can just do a quick search and then search the bodies.
Okay.
Yeah.
You find they each have bows. They each have a couple arrows, like 5. They each have swords. They're all usable. None of them are really
None of them.
great. But one, which you guys have seen before, one carries a drawn sketch. And
And
it's the same sketch that you saw before. It has a sketch of Tertius, sort of, and says 25 gold pieces for this one, with a symbol of a black spider on it.
Okay.
Wow. We're not worth much, are we?
Not yet. Well, Nadia will replenish the arrows that she used, so I'm back up to my 40.
Or maybe this
Uh,
party's just been out searching for you since the initial
it's the
time.
initial time.
You get half of your arrows back.
Well, but you said each of them had arrows, so I was just taking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, so I just made sure I got up to 40. And then, if there's nothing else do they have any, they don't have any gold or anything on them?
Nope.
All right, well, I'll dispel my flaming sphere then, since it sounds like there's nothing going to attack us. And unless you have any thing else you want to do, Jeff, I think we continue on our path.
Yep. I'm ready to continue.
Okay. The rest of your day is uneventful. You set up camp, and you guys get a long rest. And I'll pass that out to everybody. Boop. And the evening goes by uneventfully.
Okay. So next day of travel, Tertius will roll.
Okay, you're heading north. You're actually now in woods.
I'm doing really good on the encounter roll. 2 criticals.
It's marvelous.
That just means it gives Kevin a lot longer to catch up, because by the time we get to the castle, we're gonna have already fought 22 battles.
Yeah. Kevin will be up to 3 attacks per round. And
That is true. Is there anything? I know you didn't level him. Is there anything though that you would need to keep in mind that he is a level higher as far as like for his to hit or anything like that? I mean, so he.
I thought he had another attack at level 5, not level 4. And his hit
No,
points.
he's been leveled, so he's at level 3.
No, he has enough experience for level 4 though.
No, he doesn't. He's at
Wagner does?
2662.
He's at 3276.
Oh, Bogner does, yeah.
Right.
That's what I was talking
Oh,
about.
no, he doesn't. Level 5 is when your proficiency goes up.
Right, but he doesn't have the extra hit points that he would have if he was. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, true. Yeah, he'd have another 7 or 8.
And then the other thing is he would probably have a higher, like strength or endurance, or strength or con or something like that as well, because he would have at least taken a feat or just straight out upped his ability.
Yeah, well, that's,
Okay.
chosen to wait until he bolsters himself through his experience. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather not try to do a half level action,
I agree.
All right, now back to what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, he was lying on my desk that I pull out. He was like lying in my lap, and he had his 2 front paws just sitting on my desk.
Not he's going to have like 3 pages of notes on this initial page, just that I'm not going to even be able to keep through. So like here's one of the things that I keep forgetting. So like when we have to climb, it doesn't cost me any extra movement to climb.
Right.
Now the distance of it costs me, but I don't have to use any extra movement to do that climbing.
All right, you guys can
All right,
close the other map. Here's this map. And go ahead and range yourselves just kind of wherever you want to here in the southeast corner.
Is this a traveling one or again?
So you are in the forest now. So if you are still kind of arranged in that same method that you were at,
No, not.
okay, but you are definitely in the forest.
Yeah, because okay, so if we're in the forest, Nadia is probably 15 feet ahead of everybody. Put Nadia right at the break of these trees.
Okay.
Bogner would still be right behind, so that's about 15 feet, right?
Yeah. That's 15.
Okay, so that's about where we would be.
All right. Roll me initiative. Because just as you crest through these 2 trees, you see an ogre drinking at this small pool. And he sees you. So I'm going to say, just as you crest through, the ogre looks up, kind of gives a bellow, and Nadia is able to call out, "Ogre!" And that's where we start.
It's an ogre. It's like onions. It's got layers. Go peel a layer, Dalen.
So what's Dalen going to do?
Should you lock tokens first?
Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Bam. There you go.
Is there any way of telling how deep this? I mean, does this look like a significant pond that he's at, or is it?
Nah, probably a spring. I mean, it doesn't look very big.
Okay,
Are those
so
rocks?
he could probably wade right through it.
Probably.
Are those rocks with the moss and the flowers tall enough for us to see over, or do we need to go through them or
No,
around them?
you can see over them.
Okay, so I could stand behind it and throw a javelin at the guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely could. All right, so you hop off your horse and get over there.
And that's what I will do. And actually, 15. I think it's at. Wrong character. Bummer, vow of enmity's 10 feet. All right, I'll wait. I'll throw a javelin at him.
Alrighty. You hit. He takes it in his shoulder. He reaches up, pulls it out, and yells at you. In fact, let me see. How angry is he? Oh, in fact, not only that, he pulls it out, but he breaks it and slams it down on a rock next to him. Shatters your javelin.
Oh no!
He rolled really well on his strength check. You done? Go ahead and pass your turn if you're done.
So if I change the ammo count to 5 and unclick the box, is that the same thing? Or will that do it?
You need to actually, yeah, you just keep the box clicked, and you only have 4.
No, I still have 5 left. I had 6, but
Oh well, yeah. So
the 6th was deleted, so I'm now down to 5, but I still have all 5.
Yep. And just change your inventory from 6 to 5.
Or you could leave it at 6 with it checked continuously until you go replace it. That's what I do with my arrows. I don't continuously change my arrows.
I think I only have 6 because we found an extra one somewhere.
Yeah, we found a few.
All right, what's Tertius gonna do?
Yeah, I was trying to find something on Nadia, so I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention. All right. So Tertius, hearing Ogre, I'm going to go ahead and move up, but it's going to stay behind Dalen, obviously.
Do ogres have bows?
So we've got 25 feet there, and I have a 30-foot movement, so I probably do what I want to do here, but we'll see. So I move up so where I can see him unobstructed.
Yep.
And I cast a moonbeam at him.
Ooh. Moonbeam. Let's see. Oh, that's right. It's a vertical. It's not. It's not like lightning bolts.
It's not like
come from you.
It's a cylinder.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
it's a
right.
cylinder.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Do a right click on the
Do
map and select pointer and a circle. And draw me. I think it's a 5-foot circle.
5-foot circle.
I thought you would give me just another little thing.
Yeah, I'd have to look. Tell you what, I'll look while you do that little circle.
I
Okay.
have the little circle and over. I mean, it's on a edge of him. If I put it on top of him, it just disappears.
Right.
So I'm moonbeam him.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
you go ahead and hit the effect. There's the 1 minute. Now he gets his con save. And he succeeded. But I rolled well.
Yeah, you did. That's some pretty good damage.
Oh, too bad he saved. And then I still have 5 feet of movement, so I am going to get behind the scrub here in hopes that he doesn't try to throw a rock at me. And then I'm done. You gonna move me or?
Yep,
Okay.
we'll get you.
Yep.
All right, now it's Nadia's turn.
Nadia will whip out the bow. She got him targeted. And she'll try to smack an arrow into his ass.
How did I only kill one of them?
You hit.
And then after I do that, much like Tertius, because I don't want to be on the receiving end of a ogre thrown object, I'm gonna get right back here behind the scrub. I'll call it a day or a turn.
Oh yeah, that one looks cool.
All right, you step back. Oh, the ogre. Let's see. Does he have to take anything when he starts his turn in that move beam?
Oh, I will have to look at that. I don't remember.
Shines down. When a creature enters for the first time or starts its turn there.
Yep.
All right, give me another save.
Let me get it to Tertius. Okay, there we go. Save.
Oh, he fails this one.
And now I'm gonna roll crap. Yeah,
Not as good.
Not as good.
same amount of damage.
Yep. So the ogre comes storming over here. And he brings his club up and around and he tries to smash it down on Dalen. Oh, and he hits.
Bring that fancy longsword up and parry.
Brings it right down.
Brings it right.
Crash.
That's some damage.
Ouch.
He basically yells in your face, throwing spittle across your forehead. All right, Evander. Evander seeing Dalen take a pretty good hit. He's going to go, what the heck? He's going to say cowardliness is the better part of valor. He's going to give a healing word, though, to Dalen as a bonus action. That's pretty good. And then he's going to try to mock the ogre.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
But it succeeds.
That's only because the ogre didn't know what an elderberry was.
Pretty much.
Or maybe his father really did smell of elderberries.
I like the elderberries.
All right, Bugner.
I'm gonna do a double move,
Okay, they rushed A.
or try to.
Of course they did.
Can I get to there to flank him?
Give me an athletics check to get kind of up and over that little rock there at the end.
Well, if I can't get over the rock, it's not that big a deal because Dalen's going to do his other thing to gain advantage. So I don't need the. I'm just trying to figure out how far I can get.
Oh yeah, you can get there.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you got enough movement to get there. I just want to make sure that you don't trip on that rock.
Fine. Athletics, you said?
No.
I tripped on the rock.
So you make it to there
That's fine.
and fall prone.
Stub my toe.
All right.
That's why dwarves don't run.
All right, Dalen.
I'm going to do Vow of Enmity.
Okay, hold down
Hold down
shift
shift
when you drag it onto him.
And since it's bonus action, I will do a regular action to try to lop his hand off that's holding the club, or whatever I happen to hit.
All right.
I do have him targeted, right?
Yes, you do.
So Jimmy, do each of these random encounters give
All three
XP?
of them were at A.
Yes, they do.
Right?
Okay, I was just curious. I wasn't sure how that was working, or if it was just kind of a generalized monster XP.
All right, so you hit and you give him a little taste of Talon.
And I guess that's it.
I said, give you a taste of the talent.
All right, so Moonbeam's still active.
Yes, and so what do I need to do with that? Is that another one where I have to bounce it?
You have to just redirect it and move it. And so basically,
Okay,
think
so
of this as a shaft of light shining down from the sky onto the ground.
All right, well, I just moved it back onto him. Is that all right there?
So I'm going to assume that you moved it down and then you moved it over
And then
so
you
you avoided your
So you
party
avoid
members.
Yep, that's
party members.
well, that's how I moved it in the window. It didn't move like that on the screen, obviously. But yes, moved it down and moved it over.
So, yep, that's fine. Go ahead and give him a save. He fails.
Oh, that was good damage.
Very nice.
And yet he's still just heavy damage. He's not.
He is
Didn't
still
go.
standing.
I'm still standing. But I can do another action, right? Because I was just moving it, because that's part of my concentration, right?
Let's see. Moonbeam, is that a bonus action to move it? I think so. The creature shines down. Nope, use an action to move the beam.
Okay, so it's Flaming Sphere is the bonus action one.
Yeah.
Moonbeam is the action. Okay, so that's my my turn.
All right, so Nadia's up.
Nadia's up.
No, I'm not going to go that way. No,
Oh.
I changed my mind.
I'll move you back.
I can make it through between Tertius and the brush, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're really going to be there.
That's fine. And I am going to try to hit him with my staff. Ooh, missed him. Badly.
It's
But
tough
I'll
to
try and-
sprint and whack somebody.
I'll try to unarmed attack him. Oh, missed him again. So based on that, I will end my turn.
All right. Well, the ogre rises up with his big club to try to bring it down on Dalen. But before he can bring it down, give him some moonbeam love.
I forgot about that.
And he fails.
Oh, barely, barely enough.
And it brings him down. He just kind of drops the club and falls. You guys take care of the ogre.
I will get rid of the moonbeam.
All right. You look around, and the only thing you really find is, flea-ridden loincloth, a broken off limb, which he's using as his club, and some remnants of some animals, carcasses that he was chewing on before he started drinking at the fountain.
I didn't look close enough at the loincloth to see it was flea ridden, so.
I don't know. He's an ogre. Maybe he has big fleas.
Alrighty, so we have survived yet another random encounter.
Yep. Evander will give Dalen a quick heal. You guys continue, and you make camp. Okay. So at this point, you're now in the woods. I would like somebody to give me a survival check in the tower.
Nadia will do it.
This will basically be your check to see how well you are able to find Cragmont Castle. Okay, then give me a 1d8 roll in the tower. Okay, so you guys are actually there. That's what I need to do. I need to have two, actually. I need to put one where you think you are and one where you really are. But that's fine.
I mean, we're obviously, as we're going in looking for Cragmont Castle, we're looking for some level of sign of, something being around. I mean, you should see some trails eventually. You should see, at least some level of indication that there's something that has a bunch of goblins going to and fro.
Yep. All right. There we go. So now I can keep track of where you guys think you are and where you really are. Okay. So next day, go ahead and give me another. Have somebody else give me another survival roll in the tower.
Oh, well, should I keep doing the survival?
Evander says, "I'm no ranger."
Well, no, I thought we were going to talk about encounters, so that's why I was going to say it's Evander's turn to roll for encounters.
Okay.
But I mean, Nadia is proficient for survival. That's why I was having her do it. So should I roll for Nadia doing a survival roll again?
Yes. Yeah. Have Nadia roll for survival.
And the D8 again, or no?
And yeah, that was not a fun sight.
Yes.
I'm gonna smoke.
Okay, so you guys are trying to head north still?
Yeah, we just know that it's a day and a half, a day to day and a half in north of Phandalin. So once we get that, like right here, we're this will be 2 days in. Now we're gonna have to start deciding: do we go east and west, and try to cut back and forth, or do we keep going north? But right, we don't have to make that decision until camp tonight.
Right. So this time you travel throughout the day and no encounters and you set up camp.
One off.
Wagner has first watch. Dalen has second watch, each at 2 hours. Nadia has the final watch, 4 hours.
All right, so let me do this.
They just killed the guy at A. Mid.
All right, let me just mask some stuff off here. Okay, so here's your campsite. The masked area is just considered to be a stone face, just kind of a 30-foot raised area.
Okay, kind of like a plateau.
Yeah. Something
What about
somebody.
what about the gray square to the right?
That's an artifact of the map. It's just disregard.
If I was in CB,
Okay.
it's better to have.
And this is a bush right next to us. And then move.
So I would say,
So I would say,
here's your campfire, right?
Oh, okay, so that's where we're at? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought we were down by the bush.
No, I just dropped you in the map. So you guys can arrange yourselves however you like up here by the campfire.
Just moving us up here, Dalen. I'm not really. So this is a like uh, a wall, right? I mean, it's kind of a steep incline, right?
Yep. Yep. Very steep incline.
I would think whoever's on watch would be somewhere out here.
All right,
here,
but we don't know
farther
who's
away.
on watch yet. I'm putting us where we have our two squishiest people in the middle, up against the. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then whoever's on watch. So like if you're on watch, Nadia goes there. And then, so if Bogner's the first to watch, you're over where Bogner is. When you take his watch, you take his spot, he takes my spot. But those two that are squishy stay as protected as we can have them.
The Tech 9 is for more running and gunning.
Okay. So Bogner's on first watch. Things pass. Actually, give me a perception roll by Bogner.
So if Bogner's on first watch, then Bogner would be out here. Let's just make it so that we got it in the right place.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
That look good, Jeff?
Yeah.
So he's, Bogner's not just standing there. He's actually, he's actively wandering and looking.
Okay. Now I'm assuming you guys are taking off your heavy armor when you're sleeping, so you avoid exhaustion and all that jazz.
Yes, we've said that on previous ones. So yes, so Dalen would be stripped down right now, but Bogner's, still.
He's still armored.
He's still on.
And part of your exchange is, the other person armors up before the next person goes to sleep.
Yep.
Okay, so Bogner's still looking for that perception in the tower.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's not me.
Nope. Okay. You don't see any activity. You don't hear any activity. Sounds like a pretty quiet night. Your part of the watch passes uneventfully. So Dalen's up. I assume you guys switch places.
Yeah. Although I guess that was Dalen who rolled the first time.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
well, give me another roll for Dalen in the tower for perception. Okay. You hear movement coming from pretty much all sides, and they will arrive very shortly. What do you do?
I'll take an AK over an M4.
Tick, 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 tick.
I'm
tick,
gonna
tick, tick,
throw
tick,
a rock back at Nadia.
You gotta throw a rock at me. Why you hear?
Wake you up without making significant amount of noise, clanking back to the fire.
You could just call out.
Okay. Are you?
Yeah, I guess I could call out and see if I wake him up, but I might also throw a rock off the wall.
That's fine. Throw the rock, but call out. I mean, try to wake us up.
By the way, you can get up.
Incoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're close enough. You can run back to wake him up. It's, options. Okay. You want to throw a rock instead and yell out?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody, roll initiative.
Nadia was groggy.
If thing is, if I run back, I'm closer to everybody. If I stay out here, I can try to absorb other people before they get to everyone else.
Are you gonna stay out there, or are you gonna at least slowly move back and?
I'm gonna position myself between everybody and the direction the sounds were coming from.
Well, they were coming from all the way around.
Okay.
All right, if they're all the way around, I will draw back a bit.
Okay. Go ahead and back up. All right.
Only about there.
Okay, and they're lagging
All
Because
right.
I'd rather be backlit.
So if you're throwing a rock at Nadia, give me let's see what kind of things you have. You can just give me a javelin thrown attack roll.
If I take damage from you, I'm gonna be pissed.
I think you take damage on a 1, right?
Roll a 1d6. If you roll a 6, he'll take a point of damage. All right. So you clunk Nadia as she's sleeping as you yell out. All right.
That's why my initiative was so bad, you jackass.
All right. We're gonna end your turn.
Okay.
Well, let's see. So that was nope. So now we're in combat. We're in the round 1. That I was gonna say you did all that as round 0. It's round 1. So now you have a full turn. What would you like to do there, Dalen?
Going A from bridge. Okay, one guy's going from beach house.
I'm gonna stay where I am and hold an attack with my. Well, first of all, I guess what's the visible range of the fire? How far can we see from that fire pit? I should have asked that before I backed up.
You have dark vision, so it shouldn't matter. You should be
Unless,
whatever.
unless it's farther.
So you can see. So that's 60 feet. Dark vision gets you to there.
Okay.
So pretty much at the edge of the map.
I'm
For
going
those that
to-
don't have dark vision, 40 feet. So pretty much just the clearing inside the trees for the most part.
Yeah, but Tertius and Evander are the only two. They're the two in the middle are the only ones that can't see that far.
I'm going to ready a javelin.
Okay, and throw it at the first thing you see.
Yeah.
All right.
Although I'll probably see if I can identify what I see before I really throw it. But yeah.
Nice. Okay, let's take a quick bio break because I have an alarm going off downstairs for the oven and nobody's turning it off yet. So let me go see what's going on with that. Just a couple minutes and we'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Is everybody else still here? Got beer?
I'm here.
I'm here.
All right. All right, so Dalen, you said you're readying, you're holding an action to throw a javelin at something.
Yes.
All right, end your turn. Okay, out of the night, you can see this hobgoblin stepping up and into your range of vision, and then slowly into the light of the fire. He stops there. You look at him like shout back over his shoulder and across the way, and raises a longbow at you. And he misses. You gonna target him, or you gonna hold your action further?
I'll target him and throw the javelin at him.
Okay, what's the range of your javelin? 30 feet?
It looks like it. Yeah, it's 3120.
So it's disadvantage at that range.
Darn, I was hoping it was minus. All right.
You still hit. Nice. Your javelin flies true, and for max damage, no less. All right, outstanding. It's probably why he missed you with the longbow attack, because he took a javelin in his gut. Another hobgoblin steps out. It raises its longbow, and it also takes a shot at you. It misses. All right, Bogner, give me a Constitution check with advantage.
And I drag the Constitution over. Not the save. The Constitution, not the save, right?
Correct. Let's see if you wake up. Yep, you wake up.
How many rounds would it take to put plate armor on if
10 minutes.
All right, yeah, that's not probably gonna happen.
So I think that's 100 rounds.
So without it, my armor class does it give 6 or 8 for armor class?
So if we look up here, looks like it gives 8. So the easiest thing for you to do is go into your inventory and just
right.
unequip the plate, yeah, or just turn it to carried.
Yeah.
There you go. And we'll say you grab your shield.
So I would think the sight of a dwarf just in his briefs would give the attackers a disadvantage, but that's just me.
Could be, especially if you have a butt flap. You can just advance on them slowly, backing up. So you are awake. You are prone. You can get up if you'd like.
For Moss, in my opinion, is better. Although, well,
Yeah, I'll get up. I will. Should tokens be locked?
Sure, we'll do that.
I'll come up that far.
All right, so it's 10 feet to get up. So you only get 15 left.
That far then.
Perfect. All right, anything else?
No, that's it.
Another hobgoblin comes in from over here. And his two buddies been shooting at the one. Oh, but that half-dressed dwarf is just really tempting, though. Oh, and he's gonna hit him, but not very hard. All right, Tertius, give me a Constitution check
Like
with advantage.
With
Constitution
advantage.
Save.
Nope, check. Left side.
Left side.
Left side. Okay.
All right, you wake up. You gonna stay on the ground? You standing up? If you stand, you got 15 feet of movement left. If you choose.
I'm not moving anywhere. I can see that guy. I'm gonna moonbeam his ass.
Okay. Now you should still have used the second level spell from before because you guys have not completed a long rest yet.
It's fine. I can. That'll be his second one.
Okay.
But see, I can't do that. I gotta not check it off because it makes everything disappear.
Well, change your mode from combat to standard, and you'll be able to
I'll
see
just
it.
leave it open. It's not. I'll remember after the fact. It's fine.
Fair enough.
All right. So I'm gonna make whatever that hobgoblin 15. He's got to do a save.
Tell you what, we'll use. I can't find. We'll use the same. We'll use that same token for your moonbeam.
All right. I'm just gonna plant it right solidly on him.
It's right on top of him. Okay. Give yourself the effect on Tertius, and then.
Okay.
So it looks like he's saved, and roll some damage for him. That's some good damage. All right. Evander, let's give him a con save. Oh, but advantage. Good thing, too. He wakes up. He stands up. Let's see. Is anybody really hurt from our end? Not really. Well, he'll give Dalen some bardic inspiration again. And he'll move out just a little bit. And after seeing what that moonbeam does, he's not going to worry about the one hobgoblin being haloed right now. He's going to try to work on the other closest hobgoblin to him with some vicious mockery. You're even uglier in the dark. Oh, and it fails. Oh, and it dies. Very nice. All right. Nadia, give me a Constitution check with advantage. Yep, no problems. You're awake. Because you got hit with the stone, you pretty much had to roll like less than a 5.
Oh, I come up with the stone in hand and huck it at Dalen. No, kidding.
Yeah, you'd probably do more damage.
All right, so at this point, I see one hobgoblin only.
You see 2.
Two.
See that
Hobgoblin
one?
15 is still there.
And that
Okay,
one.
he's just immolated.
Yep, he's just
Just
in the little boom meter there.
in the little boom meeting.
Okay, so he's 40 feet away. I'm going to move out a little bit, give myself a little bit of a different view from where Dalen's sitting, and I'm going to go ahead and try to hit him with a bow. I'm going to try to hit him with an arrow. And use the bow to launch the arrow.
That makes more sense. All right, that kills him.
And then for the rest of my turn, I'm going to scan and see if there's anything that, any other critters I'm not seeing, that we haven't seen expose themselves yet.
You can give me a perception check. In the tower. Yeah, you don't really see anything yet.
Okay. I'll end my turn.
Okay, this hobgoblin steps out. So you can definitely see him. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, he's gonna go after Dalen. And he's gonna bring a longbow to bear. And he's gonna miss. And let's see, that's gonna be 20. He can actually get up right next to Nadia with his 30 feet of movement. And instead of a longbow, he's going to bring his longsword. Oh, wow. He hits. So he comes out in the night and takes a slice out of your arm. And he's done. All right, Dalen.
Well, I was going to attack 12, but since 12's looking at me anyway, I'll have to select the right character.
Okay, so you're attacking the... Okay, so you're going to move over there. All right.
Yeah.
Yep. You have advantage. But you miss.
What?
Hobgoblin 11 moves up to here. Brings his longsword to bear. Jared language. And he hits. And for pretty decent damage against Bogner. Bogner's turn. Why is this dwarf grinning at me as he taps his warhammer? This hobgoblin thinks maybe he messed up.
Am I melee range, or do I need to move 5 feet closer?
Oh no, you're in melee.
Okay.
Oh, but he misses.
So, in other words, I should have set 5 feet closer.
Still can. You got movement left.
Don't you have a bonus action or something like that where you can attack again too?
Yeah, actually, I do. The action surge.
Mm-hmm. Spend your action surge and get another attack if you want.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. What the heck? Much better.
All right. Well done. An
And a
action
good
surge.
response.
And actually,
Bring it and drop the hobgoblin.
Yeah, that 5 feet was important.
The first swing and the miss was just to get him off balance. All right, Tertius. I assume you're going to use your action to move the moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
All right. Go ahead and. Oh, he fails. And he dies.
Moonbeam.
So basically, our plan these days is to keep Tertius alive to put Moonbeam on our enemies.
Evidently, that's pretty nasty. All right, Evander. He's going to step up here. He's going to give a first level cure wounds to Bogner. Oh, very nice. And then he's going to viciously mock the other one. Oh, you done messed up. You're surrounded now. But he succeeds. All right, Nadia.
Smack. I'm not sure if I should have had advantage there. I didn't know if we were like flanking or not, but
You are. You can go and roll again. See if you get crit.
see if you get crit.
okay, well, I'll roll just a single die then.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
So I
no
hit.
crit, but you hit. So go ahead and roll damage. Okay.
So let me put advantage then on my unarmed attack.
Yep. Oh, but you
There's
missed.
still-
Oh, but you miss.
That's fine. You know what? No, I'm gonna go ahead and flurry of blows him.
Throws a key point out there and gets another one. Okay. Oh, that was cool. On my screen, it looked like a 2 and a 4, but it took the 18. All right. So you bring it out, and you drop this hobgoblin. And otherwise, the night seems to be quiet. And here, it's pretty much the same as the other hobgoblin group that attacked you. A sword, some arrows, no money. Parchment, only this time Parchment kind of sort of resembles Dalen.
Okay. Is it still 25 gold?
Yeah, still 25 gold.
All right. Well, since you said there was some arrows, I'm gonna go ahead and recover, the ammo I need. So I'm back to having full ammo. But there's nothing really else of value.
No, nothing of value.
I don't see that there's any reason for us to keep grabbing everybody's weapons and dragging them back. I tend to do that in my video games, and it just weighs me down.
Yeah, it would definitely weigh you down here. And really wouldn't
Oh,
be.
you
And
throw in the
really
bag of
wouldn't be
holding.
worth-
Oh, true. But they're not great make. I mean, you might get something for them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it on the possibility I may get something for them.
Okay.
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 At this point, the rest of your evening is uneventful. Third watch is fine. And you guys complete your rest for the evening.
Okay. And at this point, we haven't seen any indication that we're near a Cragmont Castle, huh?
Not yet.
All right. So we get done with the evening. So, the question would be, between us is, well, they said it was a day to day and a half in north of, Phandalin. So do we, we're 2 days in. Do we start going east and west uh, to see if we can find this, or do we continue our trek north?
Well, at the beginning of the morning, give me a survival check.
All right. Nadia will do that. In the tower, right?
Yep. Yep, in the tower. Well done. And then a D8.
Oh, okay.
And then you guys can discuss which way you're going to head.
So, Jeff, what are your thoughts? I mean, we were between a day and 2 days. We're 2 days in, so if we were on track, we probably should have hit it by now based on the info we have.
Right.
Should we start cutting back and forth? Or do we continue forward until we hit the river and then go over to Thunder Tree and then try again later? Or what do we want to do?
So the next time we get attacked by hobgoblins, we could always stabilize one of them that we don't kill outright and see if we could question them about it.
We could definitely try that, but I was groggy and not willing to take any chances.
Oh, right. No, I understand that. It's, that would be my thought.
That's a good idea. So at this point though, do we want to continue north or do we want to shoot east or shoot west?
I almost think shoot east from here, but west would put us more closer to Thunder Tree, which is kind of what we want. So I'm not sure.
Well, what we could do is we could go west. If we don't find anything, we could make our way back east. And if we don't find anything, we just head up the Thunder Tree and then, call that a journey and have to start over.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll head west and
East, right?
Okay.
No, head east first. If we don't find anything that way, we'll retrace our steps and go back west.
Right. Yeah, that works.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start out east, Jim.
Okay. So you head out east. Go ahead and give me 2 rolls, day and night.
We're back to the first person in the marching order, Bogner.
So give me a day roll, a d20. Okay. So it is uneventful. And you guys actually appear at a place where you've seen before. You pop out of the woods down here.
So we weren't way up where we thought we were.
Nope. Weren't quite where you thought you were.
Okay. Well, knowing that, we've kind of
But that was only a half day,
That was
so you got another half day of travel if you want to, head back in.
back in.
Let's go ahead and head back in. And we know we're at the edge down here of the woods, so we know now we have to go back in at least a half a day to a day to a day and a half. So let's go back in a half a day. We're going to try to go directly north.
Okay. So I mean, you're at the edge of the woods, so you're very certain that you're still, kind of on the path
Kind of
where
on
you
the path
intend to
we
be.
tend to be.
Nadia's going to pull a hobbit every morning now and go check our direction.
Looking for butterflies up in the canopy. All right, roll me a nighttime d20. There, Bogner.
Come on, 20. Oh,
Evening passes uneventfully.
okay. So right now we think we're what, about a half a day into the woods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's our approximation. Okay. This isn't a bad thing. I mean, so, let's make sure that we're setting ourselves to go north. We get up in the morning. I'll climb a tree if I need to go see which way's north. And then we're going to go ahead and head again, a day north looking for signs of Cragmaw Castle.
Okay, so you can definitely see which way is kind of north based on where the sun rises. It's the difficulty lies where the sun starts to get overhead, and now you know north, south, east, west
North,
just
south
becomes a little harder to
becomes a
discern.
little discern.
Nadia will check during the middle of the day and at the end of the day as well, just to make sure that we've kind of kept on course.
Okay, given that, go ahead and give me a survival check from Nadia, but with advantage.
Oh shoot.
Okay. So as you get halfway through the day, you actually see to the northwest just the very tops of some towers, some overlapping towers. And so you can definitely head towards Cragmaw Castle now.
So how far away will we get to them before dark, or will we be dark by the time we get to
It'll
them?
be dark by the time you get there if you pursue right now.
So Jeff, why don't we start out that way, but let's stop where we maybe have an hour or so to actually get to the location. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we'll head towards the castle, but we're not gonna try to tackle it here, getting there at night. So we're gonna stop a little bit out and hour to 2 hour time frame where it would take us to get to it.
Okay. So basically, rather than traveling for another 6 hours, you travel for 4 or so. And
Yeah.
give me a. Sorry, you just
And
trying to find a place
and,
to.
and just well, and in addition to that, we're gonna try to, kind of, as we're looking at it, we're gonna try to make our way to where we would be approaching it from the north. So I know we're south of it now. We want to try to, so we're skirting a little bit because, some of the info we got was that we may be able to get in there kind of hidden from the north side.
Okay, I'll say you can do that. Sure. So you're
Okay,
just
so now you're just
gonna
say
camp
give
till
us.
morning.
Yeah, we're gonna camp till morning, which is what Bogner rolled for, I think.
Yep. So
Okay.
So
evening passes uneventfully, and it's now the morning of.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and again, we're gonna skirt around it. And Jeff, you chime in if I'm if you don't agree. We're going to skirt around it. And we're going to try to come at it from the northern side and look for the place that the goblin had told us that there's a treacherous, there may be a treacherous climb, but we could enter from a hidden aspect.
Right.
Do you need somebody to roll some?
Nope. I'm trying to mask this.
We lose you, Jimmy?
Nope, I'm just trying to mask the map off for you guys.
Okay. Do you need us to roll anything for the random encounters?
Nope, you've already done that. You're good. At this point, you're
Well,
close
no,
enough
we
to the
rolled,
castle.
we rolled that. Oh, okay. So we're close enough that we don't need to do that for today.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Let me just finish masking this here. Okay. So you guys approach from the north. You're just kind of up here on the edge. And you do see kind of a crumbled ruin there.
And that's what's right in front of us, or is that the one that's over to the west?
No, kind of what's right in front of you.
Okay.
So this definitely does not look like any kind of goblin or hobgoblin construction. This looks like at one time it was a fairly worthy castle. But it, has fallen into some disrepair. The exterior walls that you can see do seem to be rather thick. In fact, they look to be several feet thick. And they seem to be, mortar filled with pretty good worked stone. You can see arrow slits in the towers, and they are 10 feet above ground level.
So this empty place here, I mean, where it looks like it's seen better days, is that does that look like loose rubble, or is it, pretty solid packed, just steep? I mean, what is that?
So right here, it looks just like rubble. I mean, you can see a little path kind of leading up to this rubble area, but for the most part, it just looks like rubble.
And on each side of this, there's these. I'm assuming they look like towers from the outside, or
yeah,
something.
there are 7 towers. So
Okay.
these 3 rounded edges here are each a tower, and then there's on the opposite side there's some smaller towers.
How far above the rubble do they rise?
Probably 20 feet.
Okay. So this one that's here is the one to the. So we got the big rubble area. So the one that's directly west of the rubble. Does it? I mean, the rest of the tower. Does it look like it's in pretty good shape?
Yes. Looks like it's
Okay.
still weathering this test of time.
Okay.
fact, as you guys come up, every character can give me a perception check in the tower. Okay. Nadia, just as you guys approach and you're kind of perusing the towers, and you most likely probably see, no, what can I walk up? You happen to notice that this kind of little footpath here looks like, it looked like rubble, but yet that rubble seems to be like a continuous piece, like all the rubble pieces are connected. It's rubble that doesn't look like the other rubble.
Yeah, that kind of stuff tends to worry me. So, because I don't want to have to deal with that, and I don't know if anybody else wants to deal with that, but Nadia will put out that, it's a little too easy.
Well, Evander said,
for us.
This is supposed to be kind of an unknown entrance.
Agreed, but I don't know that I want to test my feet on it. Would like, before we go ahead and do that, I can walk up the sides of these towers. Let me scout them a little bit. Let me see what else is up there. Let me see, what that's going to lead us to. Anybody have an issue with that?
Nope.
Yeah.
So Nadia is going to go ahead and come over here where it looks like it's definitely more sturdy than the rubble. And I'm going to kind of scale the tower. I'm going to avoid any of the arrow slits. I'm going to be as quiet as I possibly can. And I'm going to climb up and see if I can open up some of this fog of war and see what I can see. Because, just looking at where this rubble leads, I can't really tell what it's doing.
So there's no real opening that you can tell, that you can see to the roof or anything you can drop down. The tower.
Yeah, but if I get up on the roof, I should be able to see more. I mean, I should be able to open up at least the fog of war on the tower, right?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
I mean, if I get up on the top of this tower, I should be able to at least see what's along the rest of this area somewhat. And definitely right where I'm standing, so. Did you want to hide the legend?
Nah.
Okay. I just saw that there's a concealed door in there somewhere, and I don't want us to know that.
Concealed ones are easy to see, though.
You won't see it on the map.
Okay.
Okay, that's kind of what you see for now.
All right, so if I stand up, if I'm on the very top, I can't see anything in here, is what you're telling me.
That's right. Solid ceiling. No holes in the ceiling, from what you can tell.
So I could walk over this whole thing and there's nothing up here.
That's correct.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. So it's not like there's a courtyard down in here.
Nope.
This is one solid edifice. And so when I look from the top over here to where the rubble is there anything that I see that looks...
So when you say over here, point to it on the map for me.
All right, I got to find a pointer again.
Left and right click.
Left and right click on your mouse and drag.
It.
Yeah, so it's from where you are. you can definitely see that basically where you're pointing is the location of that rubble that's not rubble.
Okay. But I can't see that there, it doesn't look like I can find any entrance. There's nothing obviously there.
Nope. And you told the party that you saw something. Or did you not?
Okay.
Not.
Well, no, I haven't said anything to the party yet. You just said that this is that thing was a. Oh, you're talking about the rubble that's not rubble? Yeah, we've talked about that. Yes.
Okay.
Well, so I'll have wandered around up here. I'll tell everybody, I'll come back down. I'll say, it's a solid edifice. There's not like a courtyard, which is what I was actually expecting. Got several towers around and maybe a courtyard in the middle, but nope, just a solid edifice. And other than where I'm assuming there's a main gate, this we may need to investigate this area. So I think we need to have our stone guy, Bogner, check out and see, if there's anything that he can determine from the information, from that area.
Okay. Well, let's see.
I don't mind searching the area, but I don't know anything about stone or anything like that, so I could just give it a once over for a perception thing. I'm assuming these arrow slits we can't fit into.
Nope. You are not tiny.
I'm pretty thin. I'm a slender reed. That doesn't mean Bogner's a slender reed.
All right. Let's see. So, Bogner, I was actually going to have you roll stone cunning. So I just added a stone cunning check.
You stumped him.
So it's down below. So under Smith Jewels, there should be stone cunning history that I just added. So go ahead and roll that.
I just see Smith Tools Dex and Smith Tools Stir.
So you don't see then stealth and then stone cunning history?
No, I see Stealth and Survival.
Oh, is it up top?
There's a double star one on top with no name.
There.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
There we go. I just didn't click off of it so it would update. Okay. And then go ahead and give me a perception check. So the result is you're looking at this and you don't really have any knowledge of the stone itself, but as you're looking at the rubble and you run your hand over it, you're like, what? And you basically grab it and pull it away, and it's just a piece of canvas that's been very colorfully decorated to look like the rubble around it. And you guys can see an opening through the rubble into the keep. Really more of a short passageway.
Okay. Well, should we get in our marching orders? Do we want Bogner in first, or do you want me in first looking for traps? Jeffrey?
It's probably worth looking for traps.
So I'm going to say this. It's 11:50, and we're about ready to enter the castle. This might be a really good stopping point. I know it's a little bit early, but
I'm easy. I could go an hour, or I could stop now. Your thoughts, Jeff?
I still have 2/3 or a third of a beer left.
okay. Well, we can go another 30 minutes and see where you guys get. And then maybe by next time we'll have Kevin with us to take over for Bogner, and he can level. And then you guys will be full strength as you peruse through here.
All right. Well, sounded like we wanted the trap mistress to start us out, so I'm gonna go start in here. And I don't know, when I start looking at this, what is it that I'm seeing? Are we in a tunnel? Are we in a corridor? How high is it?
Yep. So as you come in,
So I'm gonna be, I'm gonna try to be quiet.
yep. Give me a stealth roll,
Um,
and then give me a
But well,
perception check.
I need to know how high this is first.
You can
Once I
walk
get in here.
You just have to bend over just a little bit.
Okay, so it's not where I want to stand on the ceiling.
No. It's
Okay.
a small passageway.
Oh, so you wanted a perception, you said?
Yeah, perception and stealth check since you're trying to be stealthy.
Did you want those in the tower? I didn't do them in
No,
the tower.
that's fine.
So I'm gonna kind of be letting the staff of defense. I'm gonna kind of be like kind of pushing it along the stones ahead of me. Um, still trying to be as quiet as possible, but making sure I'm not just stepping into something.
Yeah, you bet. So as you walk in, and I'll lock the token there for you, this tower is almost completely collapsed. The ground floor still has some open space. There's rotted crates and barrels showing that provisions once were stored here. There seems to be a heavy curtain to the south and an intact door that leads to the east. And you guys just came through the passageway to the north.
All right, I'll move up to here. Again, I'm checking, so I'll start by moving up to here. How high is the room that I come into?
About 10 feet.
Okay.
Nope, 15, sorry.
Okay. So it's still not worth me going up. So, I'll look. Where you said there's a curtain? Is that along the which wall? Okay. So I'll come in further. Checking for anything odd, and then I'll indicate to the folks behind me. Come on, follow me.
Okay.
The rest of you coming in with me or no?
Yep.
All right. So I'm kind of indicate that you want to try to be as quiet as possible, you clanky motherfuckers.
Yeah, give me some stealth rolls by those guys.
All right, Tertius will. Tertius is stealthy as hell. course, he's way outside.
Evander seems to be reasonably stealthy. Wagner and Dalen can give me some stealth rolls, unless they're not trying to be stealthy.
I would hope that they would at least, humor me a little bit.
Make the attempt. And Wagner probably wants to re-equip his armor if he hasn't already.
I think Jeff was lying to us. I think that he was tired and he's done.
Think he's fallen asleep already.
I know.
That last third of a beer put him down.
No, I'll fight through this last because I'm not done with my beer.
As he says sleepily.
I'm focusing on my beer, and then next comes the game. And all right, so
give me a stealth roll for Wagner and Dalen. And just throw it out in the open. All right, not too bad. Oh, Wagner needs to equip his heavy armor and then give me another roll. So go into his inventory and tag it so it's equipped. All right. Okay. So I kind of take the aggregate of the group. So for the most part, you guys are fairly quiet.
Okay.
Wagner comes in and touches a crate and it kind of creeps and crumbles a little bit, but for the most part, you guys are pretty. I'll move you into the room there.
Okay. So that we've got a door over here to the east, but we've got a curtain here. So Nadia will indicate that I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna look behind the curtain. You guys, I'm gonna be quiet. You guys hold still, but have your weapons ready. Don't know what's gonna happen here, so I'm gonna move up and I want to glimpse behind the curtain.
Okay.
Stealth again.
Let me take. Yeah, go ahead. Where's your stealth? You're pretty stealthy. So there's a passageway, and if you lean forward out just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't see anything, I'll open it up more. This is a passageway, but I don't see anything in it.
Yeah, there's some more collapsed wall from the tower that you kind of anticipate. There's another curtain over here, but it looks like from what you can see, that's a corner to a passageway off to the east.
Okay. So I'll let the group know what I've seen down here and kind of ask, which way do you think we should go? Should we go through this curtain or should we check out what's behind door number 2? And Nadia's kind of voting for the door number 2. I can see, 15 feet down the passage. I know that there's more passage and possibly other stuff down there, but I can't see any critters or anything like that. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we should see what's over behind the door.
Okay. Well, the doors look like more interior doors, but they are reinforced wood with some iron bands. You don't see any locks, at least on this side, and you don't see any keyholes.
So you guys have any objection to checking out the doors? So Jeff, I am looking for input here.
yeah. No, I have no. I was waiting for Wagner to just reply by himself.
Sorry, buddy. I couldn't help myself. This reminds me of some of the meetings I end up running sometimes where you sit there and talk forever and like nobody says anything and you're like, is anybody awake? Does anybody really care? All right.
No and
No.
I know, right?
All right. So Nadia will move back to this door. And
All
she
right.
wants Bogner right
All right.
behind her. Because, if something goes on, she wants to, the meat shield to be able to jump in. And I will try to open the door here to the east.
Okay. If you want to try to give me a stealth roll for opening it. All right. So you open the door. It doesn't creak, but it's not whisper silent. And from what you can see from where you are, it looks like there's another door across the way. And looks like maybe it opens to a small room.
Okay. I'll let these guys know that, and I think that this is the path that we should try to follow. Anybody have any disagreement?
I'll wait for Wagner to chime in, but I don't.
All right. So I'll go ahead and lead the way down again, and again I'm kind of pushing at the stones in front of me with my staff, trying to be as quiet as possible. But I'm gonna get up to this corner and take a look. Stealth check or no?
Sure, you can give me another stealth check. So you can see it opens up into this small room here.
All right. I'll wave these guys up with me, but I'll continue on and I'll do the same thing over here. I want to take a look down this hallway.
Looks like the hallway ends at another, heavy curtain.
Okay, so at this point, I want Bogner to be in here with me, Dalen. I think that we want the whole group in here, but Dalen, I think we'd want you like watching the door behind us, just in case.
Okay.
So yeah, so Bogner should be in here. Tertius should be in here. Dalen, I would think you would want to be like right in front of the door, either outside of it or right inside, either way.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Just kind of
Right.
checking. So Nadia will go ahead and look behind the curtain again.
Okay, we'll put Evander there.
Yeah, that works.
All right, give me a stealth roll. Okay, so you look in. And you see, let's see here. You see a couple hobgoblins, and one looks like it's looking out the arrow slit. And the other looks like he's just kind of fiddling with his armor on a cot.
Okay. So I'll, come back to the group, quietly tell them what I've seen. I go, we got a bigger room. We're looking at least two hobgoblins, but it's big. I couldn't see the whole room. There's some walls, and I didn't want to,
There's a stone
give them
brazier
some-
full of coals glowing in the middle of the area. It looks like a barracks. There's 4 straw pallets lined up along the east wall.
Okay. So, I'll tell them, what I can see. And, biggest thing is I can see two enemies, two potential enemies. So, the question here is, do we want to try to take them out, or do we want to now see what might be behind door number 2 before we go down and look into this area?
How rusty does door number 2 look? Is it similar to the last one where it'll make a little noise but not a lot, or can we tell?
It's a reinforced wooden door with iron bands. All these doors seem to look pretty similar. No key, no keyhole, no lock. If you wanted to inspect it, give me an investigation roll.
Well, you know what we can do? Wait, before we do even bother with that. Nadia, so if I go ahead and I cast a silence spell on the door, then we shouldn't have any issue regardless. Right?
Makes sense to me.
So Nadia will indicate, hey, you know what? I don't like leaving enemies behind me. So let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and use 2 key points.
Evander says,
I could
try
try to
put him to sleep.
put him to sleep.
We don't know what's down there, though, do we? I mean, we only know there's 2. Yeah, let's. You know what? That's fine. Let's. We can discuss it. What do you guys prefer? Putting him to sleep. That seems okay to me too.
But if they make their save and some of them fall asleep, they might get suspicious, and then we do have to deal with them. But I mean, if we have a fight, there's a worry that they'll, on either direction, there's a worry they'll come from the other direction.
Yeah, but if I cast a spell of silence on the door, nothing's going to penetrate that silence. And it's a sphere. So even if something in the room makes noise, it can't get through the sphere of silence.
Okay, I was thinking it was a targeted object spell. It's a sphere. That kind of makes more sense.
It's a sphere. It's a 20-foot radius sphere centered on the point I choose. So if I pick the door, we'd be looking at a pretty damn big area that it couldn't. There's no sound going.
Now, are there any spells that somebody might need to cast that require that?
Well, that take Courteous out of the mix for a lot of his stuff, yes. But
yeah, so I just put a 20-foot sphere centered on the door, just so you guys can get a.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I assume my lay on hand. Actually, does my lay on hands? It doesn't require any. It can be done in silence, I assume, but I'm not sure.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
well, if you open it up, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know my spells, like Flaming Sphere has a verbal. Moonbeam has a verbal.
Yeah, I think most of the druid ones would. I'm not sure on the bard, but most of them probably do also.
Yeah. Produce flame, verbal, and somatic. Well, right, and so vicious
Yep.
mockery won't work or any of that stuff, but we
Healing
won't
spells won't work.
Healing spell.
exactly. So
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
going in
yeah,
there.
I mean, we'll have potions of healing. I'll have my land hands, so we do have some heals. Regardless, we'd have to wait
Okay.
for the balance to end.
So do we? Well, and I can shut the silence off anytime we want.
I kind of
So
like the silence idea, unless you want those key points or something else.
well, I think we use them right now, and if we need to take, if we need to back off after we've done something and go take a long rest or whatever it is to get my key points back, then we do that. But I think right now it makes sense to use them.
Okay, I'm good with that.
All right, so Jim, I'm gonna cast a silence. You saw that you already have the 20-foot radius, so I'm gonna cast silence right there, and then we'll go ahead and we'll crack that door open, and we'll let Bogner crack it open because he's the biggest meat shield. Nadia will keep an eye out down here. I mean, she's gonna be looking at this curtain, so she doesn't really see the hobgoblins. But
Okay.
keeping an eye out
Okay.
on the curtain to make sure that the nothing's coming through there. So she's holding the line there, and Dalen, you're holding the line on the other side, right?
All right, so let's make that a permanent effect. Okay. All right, so silence got cast. How long does that last?
I need to open that up. Concentration up to 10 minutes.
All right, so let's do this. We need to add an effect.
I kind of like the fact that I took well, I'm not sure silent. I'm not sure if that's. Oh no, that is actually part of the shadow one. I like that I got a little bit of a mini spellcaster aspect.
Okay, well, I will just put that on you, so we have the concentration check associated with it.
Okay.
All right. And I got you moving there. Okay. So Bogner, go ahead and roll me a. Are you doing a stealth check, or are you just opening it since you guys are silent? Is Jeff asleep already? Did he finish his beer and pass out?
He stumped him again.
I thought we
He
were,
keeps forgetting he's Bogner.
we were opening the door.
Okay, so you're just opening the door. You're not trying to be stealthy about it, but you are gonna crack it.
I'll be sure. I'll try to be stealthy about it. Bogner's not that stealthy though. I don't know what he would do.
Well, this is just mostly you're now looking to hopefully something's not going to see that you're opening something.
Yeah, there's my stealth.
All right, so you crack it. You should be able to open the fog of war a little bit.
Yep. You crack it, and you can see the hint. Well, let me do this a little better. Yeah. Okay. You can see a rather a rather old bugbear, and he's kind of stooped a little bit and hunched, but he seems strong, and he seemed to be in the middle of like he's shaking his fist and pointing at somebody while he's talking out loud, but of course there's no sound, and so he stops for a minute, and you can see him like pantomiming, like, what's going on? are you doing this? You know, blah, 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 blah. You can kind of see him pointing at somebody else again, but angrily being argumentative.
Okay.
So that sounds like we've got a problem, although I'm not sure how to communicate that to you because they're going
They're
to
gonna-
detect my
Well, I mean, you can do it through visual.
Right, but I mean, I can tell you one bugbear with charades, but I'm not sure how to tell you that we might have a problem because he can recognize that his speaking isn't making any sound. Or I could just run in there and hit him over the head with a hammer.
Well, that you got to determine what Wagner wants to do. I mean, you could swing the door wide and try to get some surprise.
Wide and prepare to run in there with a hammer because that's what I think Wagner would do.
Okay.
Astro, come on.
Plus, there might be chicken.
Okay, so you're going to throw open the door and run in?
Yes.
Astro, come here.
The initiative.
Absolutely.
We didn't get the initiative check from Tertius.
Well, try it again. There we go.
There we go.
I think I let go of the dice before it hit the box. Okay. So when we swings open the door, we should be able to have the fog of war removed, right? Or at least most of it.
Yep. So as you throw in the door, and I'll say you step to there, you can see the following. So you can see again the old bugbear. Next to him is a wolf, and just immediately in front of you is a female drow.
Thank God for silence. Cleric Drow or whatever. She can't cast.
I think she can do dancing lights without verbal, but
She may be able to do darkness as well.
maybe the darkness. But yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna move in.
Attack!
So am I able to attack as part of this sequencing?
So this is the surprise round. So you burst in on him and you get a surprise, and then I'm gonna say then we're top of the order.
So it sounds like you get an attack, and then we go to Evander, right?
Yep. All right, you hit.
A drow. Wow, that's great.
All right, top of the order.
Top of the order.
Evander.
Evan.
He can see the drow. And being a bard, he's really kind of pissed off with this whole silent thing, but he's like, well, if I can't cast spells, neither can they. But the crossbow works.
If he was a deaf bard, he could learn to do it in American Sign Language.
So he shoots out Kathunk. Oh, some really good damage too. And then he's going to step over here out of the way. You see a dwarf in the corner by you, Bogner. He's unconscious. All right. Roll. He is unhappy with you guys.
Actually, I could see that Bard's skill to basically do damage, whatever the taunt skill thing was. There are plenty of hand gestures that should be sufficient for that.
But they have to be able to hear you in some of these cases. That's how the
I
magic
know,
gets
but for
applied.
that one, hand gestures should be enough.
Oh, let's see. All right. He comes around to the side, not knowing what's through the door, but he knows what's in here. And he swings his Morning Star. But he misses.
But he misses.
Ah,
All right, Tertius.
yeah, just a second. All right, Tertius is going to move up to the door. He's got 5 feet of movement, and he's going to use his breath weapon.
Okay, can definitely do that.
And so his breath weapon should be able to hit Vayrith and Snarl.
Yep, I agree.
Yep,
So I am going to go ahead and hit that. They got a save.
Snarl fails. Vayrith succeeds. Okay.
And then I am going to go ahead and have Tertius move back out of the way. And I'm going to gesture to Dalen, come on in. So I'm going to start watching where Dalen's coming from, making sure there's nothing coming in from there. But I want Dalen getting into the mix. And I'm assuming he can make it between me and Evander.
Yeah, you guys would let him by.
yeah, you guys.
And that will be the end of Tertius's turn. Got to use my breath weapon.
Oh, Bogner gets a crit. Very nice.
Okay.
All right, Nadia.
Well, Nadia's going to go ahead to the door, 5 feet, whatever. She needs to move there. You can move me in there?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And then I am going to try to hit her with a bow attack.
All right. That hits.
And then I'm going to move back out of the way for Dalen to be able to move through so that I can keep an eye on the curtain.
I hadn't finished spacing out my move yet, but
I get you. I don't know why Dalen's in my way now, but okay. And then I will call my turn over.
All right, now we're back to where we were. So that's what you had before tokens on tokens got things all messed up. Oh, but it's Varith's turn. All right. All right, what's going to attack Bogner since Bogner attacked it? So it brings a short sword out. And misses. And swings another short sword. And misses. Ends its turn. And Snarl comes all the way around. So it stays next to his master. And he makes a bite attack against Bogner. And he misses.
Plate armor.
Heck yeah.
So it's Dalen.
all right. So I'm not sure if my movement is my movement or if it's my movement plus Tertius's movement because I was never sure what I was grabbing.
I don't know. I don't know how to reset all these movements because I've got like lines everywhere right now.
Well, you're targeting Tertius and you're targeting Varith with Nadia. All right, so Dalen.
Yeah, but I've got a movement line as well. I've got a 15-foot movement line.
And Tertius has a movement line also.
Exactly.
So Tertius has a targeting.
Tertius has a targeting against Snarl.
Yeah,
Is that what that was?
I was just removing all of the targetings. But the 15-foot movement line, how do I get rid of it?
Dragon movement from yourself again, and then back to yourself.
Okay.
There,
All right.
did it for you. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because it looked like I had dragged Tertius's movement once I had moved on top of Tertius's movement arrow.
Right. Okay, so you're gonna move in there.
I want to move there where I'm flanked.
Okay. You are flanked. You will get advantage.
And that way I don't have to use my bonus action Vow of Enmity on him. And I'm going to use
You hit.
smite.
Okay, go ahead and target Varith.
I thought I had. Damn it.
No, so go ahead and target Varith. And then what I want you to do is, where's your smite? Now, is your smite set up as a damage? All right. We need to change that. We need to make it an effect.
It's a damage 2d8 radiant. Oh, it's
That's fine. I gotta look up the syntax to make sure that's correct. But you can just use the damage since you didn't get a critical. Okay, so you hit. You rolled your damage, and then you're gonna do a smite for first level.
Yeah.
All right. So tick off a first level spell, and then go ahead and drag that the red teardrop damage. In fact, I think you can just click on it since you're still targeting Faerith. There you go.
Did the slashing damage get applied, or did you apply that also?
No.
Because I did never target it at the time.
Well, we will drag that over. All right, and with the slashing and the smite, you bring the drow down, and when the drow hits the ground, it actually changes shape to kind of this amorphous looking humanoid creature.
No. So now we got to do a check to see if any of us know what that might be. Okay. Well, we're not going to worry about that right now, though. So, Dalen, you've done your thing. Evander.
So Evander, he's going to move up to here. He's going to target the hobgoblin, and he's going to try to shoot him. And he's going to hit him. And he's done. And Grohl, he is not happy.
He can stamp his feet all he wants. We still don't hear it.
He's going to move up here. And he's going to swing his Morning Star against Bogner. And he's still going to miss.
Ooh, even with advantage. Plate mail.
All right, Tertius is up.
Well, Tertius sees him, come into the light, and Tertius is going to go ahead and throw his hammer at him. throws his hammer. That just cracks me up. He smacks him with a hammer, and he backs up another step. He's like going to sit in this doorway here.
Sounds good.
That actually cracks me up. I don't have anything I can attack him with now. I threw my hammer. I can't do anything else.
All right. Wagner's going to hit King Grohl.
And you do. You hit him. All right.
And that's it.
Nadi will move up, and I will attack King Roll as well. And I will first attack with a staff attack.
Okay.
I don't know why that rolled twice.
Yeah,
I mean, both of them hit. Oh no, one hit, one missed. So I can re-roll, but I don't have any idea why it rolled twice.
yeah, maybe you had your push to talk key down, similar to what
Okay,
Jeff
well,
was having last time.
I'll try it again. Okay, so I hit. I'll hit him with an unarmed attack. And then I will call my turn over, and I'm still trying to semi keep an eye down on that curtain. Not that I
Okay.
think anything should come through,
Okay.
but again, I don't want us to be surprised.
Okay.
Not that I can call out if we are surprised.
Snarl attempts to take another bite at Bogner, and he gets a good chunk out of Bogner for some pretty decent damage. But Bogner succeeds the strength save as this wolf is kind of jerking back and forth on Bogner's legs before it lets go.
Daylan. Although I'm not seeing that indicate that it's Dalen's turn.
Nope. Because Hobgoblin moves over here and then sees you standing there with a surprised look on his face. But he yells silently at you and then approaches.
Okay.
And he misses. Another hobgoblin comes in. And he notices now that he's got somebody at his back after he steps up against Nadia. Oh, but he hits. And Nadia fails a concentration check. So at that, the silence spell fails.
Okay.
All right, Dalen.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
I see
gonna
it.
target roll
You'll get
Yeah,
advantage
buddy.
again.
King Dave roll.
Oh,
You had
Well, no,
advantage,
you
though,
had
so
advantage, though,
roll
so
one more
have your
time.
Roll one more.
Oh, shit. That's true.
Two ones. All right. Well, you missed.
Who'd have thought it?
He tried a flourish as he stepped up. Is that all you're going to do there, sir?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
All right. All right. Evander's going to step up And he's going to bring his rapier around. And he hits. For a pretty good chunk of damage. And he's going to give Bardic Inspiration to Dalen, since Dalen just whiffed. Alright, King Groll is not happy. Well, he has not hit Bogner at all, so he's going to try against somebody else. So 1, 2. He's going to try against this other person out here in the hallway that he's got advantage on. So he's going to try to take a Morning Star attack against Nadia. Oh, and he hits. Oh, that hurt. Brought Nadia down to her knees and on the floor.
But that's okay, because now the hobgoblins won't attack her.
All right, Tertius.
Well, Tertius seen Nadia drop. We gotta look at these things. Cure wounds is a touch. Healing word.
That's range.
That's range.
He's gonna go ahead and hit a healing word on Nadia.
Okay.
So I've got Nadia attack. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the healing word. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. I hit heal.
Okay, well, just roll me a d4. Just a standard d4. Okay, so I'll take 5 off. Or add
So
5
I'm
more.
back.
5 more hit points.
I'm back conscious, right?
You are conscious but prone on the ground, yes.
Okay. And trying to figure out if I have any bonus action type stuff.
Well, Healing Word is a bonus action.
Bonus action.
So now you still have an
So
action.
now you still have an action.
Okay, I have an action. I will.
As a spell, you could cast a cantrip.
Well, I'm looking at that. I will produce flame on the guy right in front of me.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
You could have
Okay.
dropped him if you rolled slightly higher. That would have been awesome. Bring your monk back and take out a hobgoblin. All right, Bogner.
Yeah,
Okay.
but my monk's back, and now Bogner can actually move into flanking position.
Yep.
Yep.
Somehow remember to click advantage.
All right. Let's move over. You got advantage against this hobgoblin. You hit. And it brings him down. All right.
So I am going to. If I stay here, you still have key points to disengage, right? or is not Nadia's awake at this point? Can she?
I'm awake.
Can you do the disengage without the opportunity attack with more key points?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, then I will stay here to give you space to move out, to move back behind all of us. Although that will leave Tertius susceptible to hobgoblins because Dalen can't move until after they do.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I'm supposed to do that.
All right, Nadia.
All right, Nadia.
I assume you're going
I
to stand
assume
up.
you're gonna stand up.
I am going to stand up. Is that an action or is that just a movement?
Half your movement. So 20 feet.
So 20 feet.
No. I can get up. I stand up only takes 5 feet of my movement.
Oh, that's right.
So when I'm prone, standing up only takes 5 feet of my movement.
That's right. That's the acrobat feat.
I believe so. I don't actually. No, it's not the acrobat feat because I had that prior. I've had that for a while.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
I'd have to look at what that. I don't know why it's there, but I know that I have it. So I get up. I've taken 5 feet of movement, which means I have 40 feet of movement left.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to hit Hobgoblin 9 with
All right.
my staff.
All right.
You do. And you drop him.
And then I am going to use a key point and Step of the Wind, which means he can't get an opportunity of attack. And I'm going to move back to there.
All right, you do. Yeah, that's your athlete feat. That gives you that actually. For the
It's
5
not
feet.
my
To the 5
athlete
feet.
feat because I had it before athlete feat because I didn't put that. That note has been out there since I started the character, so there's something else that does it.
Okay.
I'll have to look through what it is but that's been because I haven't added anything to my notes. When I added at the bottom, so slow fall's the last thing I added, which was the same time I got the athlete feat. So I had that already prior to that. So I'll have to figure out why.
So all that entire exchange taught me was that athlete's foot is part of Dungeons and Dragons.
It's probably me. I probably added it to you for you or something. So
No,
probably missed it.
probably
I
missed
added it. I added it in my notes on my main page, so I know I added it personally.
So I think you got slow fall and your feet both at 4. So I think
Yeah,
you got
but
them together.
that's not where I got it from. Guaranteed.
Okay. That's a bet I'll take later. Snarl. Okay. Snarl's going to continue to try to bite. Let me see. And he's going to miss. And this hobgoblin's going to come over here because he can see this guy.
Yeah,
This guy.
athlete doesn't give that information. I just looked it up.
And he rolls a 1. But he maintains grip on his sword. All right, Dalen.
All right, I'm going to attack the hobgoblin.
Is that what you're looking at? All right, you move in.
I get advantage on this one.
You do. Very nice. Let's see, Evander is going to shoot his crossbow at Snarl. And he's going to miss. But he's going to try to mock Snarl by saying, "Bad doggy." Oh, and it fails. Takes a little bit of damage. Oh, no, I can't do that. Hold on, because Vicious Mockery is an action. Never mind. I'm getting tired too, evidently. All right, Dwarf's still unconscious. Tertius is up.
All right, Tertius. Well, Hobgoblin 5 is flanked. So I will cast Produce Flame on him again.
Okay. It's a ranged
It's
attack,
a
so
ranged-
you won't get advantage.
Get advantage.
Okay. I don't have an option. I don't have a melee attack at this point.
Still hit. And you bring him down.
And you bring it down.
And that'll end my turn.
All right, Bogner. It's just you and the wolf. That's a miss. Nadia?
Nadia will try to hit the wolf from range.
And she does. Twang. And with the yelp, it stumbles, then falls down against the wall. You guys take a moment, and it doesn't seem like anybody else is coming after you. So you have King Groll and everybody else, and what I would suggest is that we will do all the searching and whatnot as we begin next session.
That's fine. Let's at least move the characters into the room
Mm-hmm.
and close the door that we came in through. And then at the same time, Nadia will also ask for Evander to throw a heal her way.
Yes, he is definitely going to give you a second level Cure Wounds. That's not too bad.
Cool. I'm good with if we want to wait and do the searching next time.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, it is 1 o'clock. So we got through a quick battle, and the back door evidently got you into the leader's quarters really quickly.
So, before we finish, quick question.
Mhm.
Is the leader, like, is he dead, or could we stabilize him, tie him up, and keep him for questioning?
You can attempt to stabilize him, yeah, if you wanted to.
So, Jeff, is that something we want to do? Do we want to, like, tie him up and then try to stabilize him, or do we want to just let him die and search after the fact? And I only say that now because I won't remember next week.
Just make a note.
Yeah, I know I can do that, but I figure we can make the decision now.
I'd be okay stabilizing him for a few questions or keeping him long enough to answer a few questions, I guess is a better way to put it.
All right, so it looks like at least we have a chair or something in here. So let's take his unconscious, dying body, totally tie him up, and then we can let's do the try to stabilize him, and then everything else we'll do next week. So what do we need to do to try to stabilize him, Jimmy?
Well, if you want to heal him, you can heal him. If you want to do a medicine check or use a medicine kit, you can do that. But you guys said you wanted to stabilize him, so Evander will just give him a healing word.
Yeah, healing spell's the easiest way to do it.
And so that's 8. So that's what? All right. So he is tied.
Gagged as well. The one I'm calling out.
All right, so we will have that. He is tied up in a chair and gagged.
Okay. I think that's a good stopping point. What do you think, Jeff?
I think so, and Wagner also thinks so.
All right, well, excellent.
Excellent.
I am going to try to recover the